Hey, what's happening Wednesday? My name is Dev from Tiny Enormous. I've got some new rings because I fried my hand on my soldering iron. I was making this, or well, I wasn't making this kalimba. I was converting this kalimba that I got at one of my favorite stores in the world. It's called Grasshopper in my hometown area, Pennsylvania. This was like 12 bucks there. I have it tuned to the same key that my hang drum is in, which you may have seen in the song New Year's Eve from a couple years ago. And what we're doing live is I'm playing the kalimba while Amos, our drummer, is going to play the hang drum, and we do a little jam between the two. And I've been playing this underneath my vocal mic, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to mount a piezo pickup on the inside and a 1/4-inch jack and make an electric kalimba out of this, which I did. But while I was doing that, well, you'll see. So I love this little kalimba, and in order to make it electric, I was just going to mount some of these old piezo discs that I have. Just use some leftover wires, really just some leftover things that I had. I put a 1/4-inch jack. I was thinking about putting a pod in, but I ended up not putting in the pod. I had to cut out this hole so that I could put the electronics inside. I tried cutting a hole in the base, but the wood was too deep for the jack to fit, and there's not a lot of room inside of it. As you can see here, the jack barely fits in even when I mount it from the top. But eventually I got the geometry figured out, and it was going to mount in like this, as it finally did. You can see here I had to cut a notch out in order to fit the jack in. So I start mounting the things, and I had forgotten that I had screwed up a connection, and I brought my soldering iron back out, and instead of using it as I normally would, I just put it up on top of some pliers, which I would normally never do. And I just forgot that they were there. I went to reach for the smaller pliers. I was like, yeah, these aren't big enough, so I'm gonna grab the big ones. And oh yeah, that was a problem. So yeah, I did eventually finish this, but I had fried my hand, and I'm super excited to play this out. I'll note that I had a show the next day with the other band. Not even 24 hours after I did this to myself, I was up there playing guitar. I don't think anybody realized that I was hurt, but man, I struggle bust through that show. That was not a pleasant experience in terms of physicality for me. But yeah, try not to cancel shows if you don't have to. Ages ago, I mean like 20 some years ago, I was talking to a friend of mine while cutting flyers, and back when you could make flyers for the show, and I got the tip of my finger off, and super glued it back on, played a show that night. It wasn't the show wasn't going well, and I was like, hey everybody, I cut my finger off for you folks, I'm playing this show tonight, and the place went nuts, and we ended up having a great show. So sometimes those things can work out for you. If nothing else, that show is going to have, or this show where I fried my hands, going to have a great story behind it. And I want to encourage you to think of and do some funky projects. It can be really, really rewarding. Like I said, I cannot wait to play this thing live. Come see us March 21st. It's going to be our album release party here at Acadia in Minneapolis, here in the Twin Cities, for our new album, Melatoning. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on anything else. And I'm going to play you out with a clip from our most recent video on Mega Pegasus. Hope to see you next week. Cheers.